Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition with Fricksauce. We are currently at Skyhold for a wardrobe change and a haircut. And now I think we're going to probably do a few things here, catch up with some of our companions, and set off a war table thing or two, and then be back into Emprise du Lion to finish out some of the things there. Maybe even go to Suladin Keep. So let's hit the war table first. Just kick those off while we're here. Okay, yep, I see three that are finished. Alright, so Inquisitor, Evangeline and I owe you our freedom and indeed our very lives. I am greatly saddened to hear what happened at the Conclave. I had truly hoped for a peaceful end to this conflict, and the death of so many good people is a tragedy. Our own investigation took us to renegade Templars using a strange new red form of lyrium. I am chagrined that they were powerful enough to subdue us, although your ancient tells us that these Red Templars serve as shock troops for the enemy, who has had both mages and Templars dancing to his tune. Evangeline and I need to recover from our wounds, and our presence at Skyhold will only cause tension with the rebel mages you brought into the Inquisition. Once we are healed, we would be honored to serve. Yours, Reese, Senior Enchanter, Aquitarians. There is a note below, presumably added by Cole. I asked you not to do this. I was upset until it saved them. This is good. And it looks like that opened up a new war table party? Not party. Quest. Braining today is difficult. Moveran's arrived. With supplies assured, Moveran and his clan have set up the extensive settlements and become a welcome stop at the edge of the Silent Plains. There is no reported theft, as they have no need, but there is legendary brawling, as they cannot stop. Tevinter is concerned, but for now they seem to be tolerating Moveran's presence, or at least are able to ignore it. Liliana. Oh, I got an axe. Axe schematic, anyway. Alright, let's go over to Ferelden and pick up that other completed quest. Ooh! Ooh! Inquisitor, I have no idea what to say. Scholars have debated whether Tirda's legendary axe was an axe set with crystal, an axe with a magically reinforced crystalline head, or perhaps even just a very polished axe. But apparently, the word translated from the ancient language commonly taken to be axe, in fact, merely means hafted weapon. It is possible that translations of the saga have been edited to omit evidence that Tirdabride axe may have been using what seems, from all appearances, to be a staff, as would more commonly be used by a mage. I apologize for my confusion in this matter. I will endeavor to be more diligent in my translations in the future. Yours, Sister Dorcas Guerin. Yay, I got the Tirdabride axe staff. Yarr. Alright, and so what is this one? We have recovered from our wounds and are ready to serve the Inquisition as you see fit. Evangeline has friends among the Orlesian nobility and may listen to our cause. And I am familiar with several caches used by the rebel mages. Or if you prefer, we would be honored to join the Inquisition troops near Valfermin and fight the forces of Corypheus as best we can. Yours in service. Okay, so supplies or more troops, basically. Passionate warrior coming from a good family might bring Inquisition a good deal of gold. Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I don't remember this one. I'm not even sure what choice I've made in the past. Boy, why is this so hard? I don't know. What have you guys typically... What's your opinion of this? I mean, I'm going to make a selection, but I would be interested to hear on this one what your selections have been in your playthroughs, or even what you what you feel like would be a good selection now. I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, maybe. So let's maybe go for
Let us begin.
gold. Gold speaks, I guess. I don't know. All right, so here's more of our Hardened Hightown, which I've been giving to Cullen. And Darkspawn activity, gathering resources, which I do need to start doing. When was that? Oh, yes. Probably should continue the Menave quests here. So it'd be faster to purchase missing items than hunt them down. Soldiers can gather any outstanding items that will double as a training exercise. Okay, we'll do that.
All right.
Thank you, Cullen. Oh dear. Let's see what's going on with Red Jenny. Surely the Inquisitor cannot be a part of such things. It seems a base prank to intentionally disrupt such an affair. A memo from Josephine, written on a letter from Sarah. This guy is a special prick. Swats his people around, thinks his sovereigns pay for it. Embarrass him at his own party, and you please a dozen people. People with keys, and little else. Sarah. A date and time are scribbled below, also an Orlesian mask with other masks for eyes. Lights out, not murder, just let them stumble in the darkness. It's trivial to ensure we're represented, but should we encourage such base behavior? Okay, yeah. Well, definitely. Even though she's the only one currently available, I think I would pick this one anyway, because it's funny.
Let's see what we have.
Alright. So that has been sorted. Let's go see if there's anyone to talk to. Ooh, and I have a new weapon, a new toy. Can I carry it is the question. And it's lower than what I carry. Well, of course, because mine is a, it's not a staff, it's a sword, kinda, sorta. It's a sorta. Haha, see what I did there. Anyway. Plus 25 to attack. 4 to critical chance, but then the one I'm carrying is, has so much more on it. So, okay, fine. What about, can anybody else carry it? Not cool. I was so excited, too. Nice hat, Vivian. That was sad, but carrying on. Oh, let us go drop off some of our monster bits and fade pajamas and claws and things at the monster table. Of course, I can't remember what it's called, but monster table seems suitable. Research table. Oh yeah, we were due to do some drop off. A little bit anyway. Whee! Aw, no splat. Let's hit the tavern, see if Uncle Crumb has any new stories. And if maybe Bull will talk to us now.
Your worship.
Oh, no new stories.
We'll talk later.
Leave you to your drinking. What's up, Bull?
You're doing good work, boss.
Oh, thank you.
I like how this Inquisition is coming.
Thank you.
Next time you're free, why don't you come grab a drink? I'll introduce you to the Chargers.
Can you tell me more about Fen'harel?
It was a damn ugly place. Only getting uglier when I left. Between the Fog Warriors, the Tal'Vashath, my people, and the Vince. You were lucky to go a day without blood. What do you want to know?
I think we've already had this conversation.
What are things like for the natives of Sahara?
I remember one guy. He made these things, fish wrapped in thin bread. Nice guy. Talk to him every morning. So, one time I'm asking about his bad back, and I see he's nervous, trying to tell me something with his eyes. Next thing I know, his assistants draw knives and come at my team. The rebels have forced him to poison my food.
And then?
I'd seen how nervous he was, so I hadn't eaten anything. A couple of my guys weren't so lucky. We killed the rebels. I lost 2 men to the poison, another to knife wounds. My friend who made the fish wraps died with a knife in his throat. Close quarters fight. He was caught in the middle. That is what things are like for the natives of Saharan.
What were the fog warriors like?
They were the worst of the rebels. They trained for stealth attacks. They made this fog. I never saw any mages, so I figured it was alchemy, not magic. They were almost invisible in it. I'd be on patrol in the market square. The fog would roll in, and before I knew it, half my squad dead without a sound.
It almost sounds like you admire them.
They didn't use poison. They didn't hurt civilians, and they were damn good fighters. You have to respect that. Plus, they hit the Vince as hard as they hit us. Hearing some terrified Magister scream, "My slaves! Where are my slaves?" in the fog always put a smile on my face.
Tell me about the Talvashoth.
When Qunari can't handle the fighting in Saharan or lose faith in the Qun, they go rogue. They flee into the wilderness and turn into bandits, attacking everyone. They're vicious, savage. You look at them and you can see why my people needed the Qun to stay civilized.
Isn't that what you did, though?
Hey, when I burned out, I didn't go rogue. I reported in and went where the Ben Hasrath sent me. I'm doing my job, serving the Qun out here. I'm not some bandit. I am nothing like them.
Point taken. Sorry I asked.
Tell me about the Tevinter people you fought.
The Vince sent forces to Saharan every autumn. Guess they didn't like the summer heat. We had some good fights on the beaches, standing in knee-high water foaming red with blood, ships on fire around us. The cities were worse. Free bit of advice. Don't let the Inquisition forces get suckered into urban combat.
Why do you hate Tevinter forces so much? What makes them so bad?
It's not their armies. It's their spies. They bloodied Saharan year-round, killing loyalists, supporting rebels. Alam had no city administrator. Nobody would accept the position. The last 4 who held it died inside a year. Trying to conquer a country is one thing. Making it so nobody can live there, that just screws everyone.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Now, we don't actually want to leave, but apparently I have to go out and back in to trigger the other conversation.
I can't understand how those women in the kitchen could be awake so early after the night we had.
Thanks for sharing.
You said we should go get some drinks and meet your company.
Yeah, come on. It'll be fun. Ah, good. We're not drinking alone. How you doing, creme de la creme?
Your worship, I'm so glad he has someone new to hit with that joke.
Is he always like this?
I'm afraid so. The chief loves his nicknames.
Hey, when I was growing up, my name was just this series of numbers. We all give each other nicknames under the Qun.
They ever wear shirts under the Qun, chief? Or do they just run around binding their breasts like that?
It's a harness, creme.
Yes, for your pillowy man bosoms. Let me know if you need help
That was
binding.
always one of my favorite
Get out of
lines.
that overstuffed look.
Who are the others?
A lot of the chargers went looking off for stronger drinks. Let's see, who's left? We've got Rocky and Skinner there. And over there are Stitches, Dalish, and Grim. Crazy bunch of assholes, but they're mine.
Were you born on the surface, or are you from Orzammar?
Orzammar. I got exiled. Stupid noble crap. Also, I accidentally blew up a bit of the shape rate.
Rocky's one of our best
oops.
sappers. He can take down enemy fortifications faster than a golem.
I'm also working on my own version of Kunari black powder. I've almost got it.
Yeah, you really don't.
Grim, is it?
Grim doesn't talk much. I'm pretty sure he's the lost king of some small country, or a chieftain. Something like that.
Why aren't you with your clan?
Our keeper thought I should see the world a little.
Dalish don't have Templars, so they can't have too many mages in a clan at once.
Now, sir, you know I'm not a mage. That'd make me an apostate.
You carry a staff, Dalish.
It's a bow.
A bow with a giant glowing crystal at the tip.
Yes, it's for aiming. Old elven trick you wouldn't understand.
I take it you're the company healer.
Yes, first time I ever picked up a sword was when the Blight hit Ferelden. Never put it back down.
He makes a potion that'll put you right back on your feet after even the toughest fight. It tastes terrible, though.
That's because it's a poultice, sir. You're not supposed to drink it.
So, how'd you join the Chargers?
Killed some people.
Skinner didn't take kindly to nobles testing their new swords on the elves in her alienage.
Bull took me in. Now I get paid to kill shams.
This is actually really good behavior for her. She's not marking her territory or anything.
You?
You've got a good company, Bull.
We do all right.
Man can beat the Chargers, cause what hits you where it hurts. Unless you know what's happened with loose cards and looser skirts. For every bloody battlefield will gladly raise a cup. No matter what tomorrow holds, our horns be pointing up.
Thanks for coming by, boss. Glad you could meet some of my team. How you doing?
I'd like to hear more about the Chargers.
Always happy to talk about my guys. What do you want to know?
How did you start the group?
It's easy to make a name for yourself as a merc when you're a head taller than most folks. I spent a year or two working for Fisher's Bleeders, but their captain was crap. Figured I could do better. The best folks in the Bleeders agreed with me, so we split off.
I imagine Fisher disagreed.
He came at me. I snapped his sword in half, and we talked things out over drinks.
Social lubricant.
What are the craziest jobs you've ever taken?
Besides this one, there's a lot of violence between the nobles here, but that's standard work. The fun stuff is when they party. They always want to impress each other, and that means getting something shiny. We've hunted wyverns, fought through caves to find some old magical crap. Even went giant baiting once.
Giant baiting.
What's giant baiting?
So this old guy, Comte Van Chess, has some kind of a pageant planned. But he needs a giant, which is off in some damn cave. He's got some kind of rare charm to control the giant, but no way he's going into that cave himself. So we go in, kill some spiders, find the giant, and wake it up. It attacks us because, of course, it does. And we let the big bastard chase us outside where Van Chess is waiting.
That was actually your plan, to let a giant chase you.
Yeah, we had to stay out of reach, but close enough that it wouldn't give up. It was tricky. Good news is the giants are slow. Long as my guys ahead could clear out the spiders, we were fine. Bad news is the giant spiderwebs slow you down a bit more than you think.
But at least Comte Van Chess got his giant for the pageant.
Turned out that charm was a phony. Giant ate the poor guy alive. It's okay, though. We still got paid.
And that's all that matters, I suppose.
You have people from plenty of different backgrounds in your group.
Yes, well, when you're in Orlais and you look like me, you can't be picky about who you take in. A lot of them got turned away from other companies that didn't want a knife here, or a crazy dwarf. Their loss. You get my back in a fight and carry your own weight, you're good with me.
I'd like to know more about Krem.
He's a good soldier, and a better second in command. The troops need someone to complain to when I'm being a hard ass. He's good for that.
I like Krem.
You don't have a problem with him being from Tevinter,
Nah,
but you hate the Vince.
sure, but he's not a Vint. He's just Krem.
There's that.
I can get worked up about a group or a nation just fine, but people, it's too much work to hate them one by one.
I suppose that is true. All right.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
And was that it?
How you doing?
Yep. That was it.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Just making sure there wasn't anything else. And now let's go pester Uncle Krem.
Inquisitor?
Can you... This is awkward. Can you get off the chair?
We'll talk later.
Come on, Krem. I want to talk to you, but I don't want to talk to your belt buckle. It's weird. Krem, get down. Are you drunk? What is this? If you're drunk, you're going to hurt yourself. Get down. I want to talk to you. I'm going to pester the bartender. And see if it's a turgid type of day.
Inquisitor.
What's the current mood?
Scorn.
Scorn. Okay. All right. So the
As you were.
word of the day is scorn. Turgid is one of my favorites. Krem, you're killing me. All right, fine. I'll just back up.
Your worship?
I'm still talking to your belt buckle. Damn.
Can you think of any other tasks suitable for the chargers?
Nothing jumps out at me. If I come up with any ideas, I'll let you know.
I wanted to talk about you, if that's all right.
You know, I'm from Tevinter. Wasn't a slave, but even citizens have it rough if they're not mages. I was a soldier, but women joined the ranks under a different program. When they found out I was passing, it got ugly. I ran, met Bull near the border, and ended up here. Not a life I'd wish on everyone, but it'll do.
You said you left Tevinter when they discovered your secret.
Women are allowed to serve, but only in certain ranks and disciplines. I was up for promotion, but the healer I'd bribed to sign off on my physical had to tend to a sick magister. When the replacement healer saw what was or wasn't in my paths, he made threats. It was slavery or death, so I knocked him out and ran.
I'm surprised you escaped from the Tevinter Imperium so easily.
It's not like I lived in Mythal'as. I was in Trevis, not far from the Navarran border. It helped that I was being chased as a deserter, not a runaway slave. Slave hunters only get paid for what they catch. They're efficient bastards.
It's against the law to pass as a man.
It's a crime to lie on an imperial application for service. Would have been a heavy fine or slavery. For 10 silvers, the healer said he'd tell the Tribune I was sick in the head. Some pity for the mad little girl. That was when I hit him. I'd served for a few years. I was good at hitting.
What's Tevinter like for a citizen? Someone who isn't a slave or a mage?
I'm of the Separati. Citizens who aren't mages. Mages are in charge and everyone knows it. But a wealthy merchant can have an easy life. At the low end, people just try to stay out of slavery. My father was a tailor. I joined the army after the imperial slaves drove him under.
How did slaves drive your family out of business?
My father made shirts, aprons, that kind of thing. Nothing fancy. One of the magisters had a pet project to prevent the poor from dying of cold in the winter. Nice, right? He had imperial slaves making simple peasant clothes and selling them for almost nothing. That magister's nice idea put out slave-made clothes at prices my father couldn't match.
It's difficult to compete with someone who doesn't get paid.
That's Tevinter. My father sold himself into slavery. He's one of the Servus Publicus, the Imperium-owned slaves now.
We'll talk later.
Are you ever going to get off the chair so we can... Well, we've been talking, but I've been talking to your belt.
Inquisitor?
Okay.
We'll talk later.
I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hey. What's been going on?
Ambassador Montelier sent me a basket of flowers to thank me for my work with the Inquisition.
Aw.
She's so lovely.
What's been going on?
Varric came by to talk. He told me a story about copper marigolds.
Okay.
What's been going on?
Madame de Fer said hello to me. Or maybe she was waving at someone else and I just thought she was.
I hate that.
That's probably what happened.
I should go.
Bye. Okay, we'll talk to Cullen.
Gloat all you like. I have this one. Are you sassing me, Commander? I didn't know you had it in you.
Why do I even... Inquisitor.
Leaving, are you? Does this mean I win?
Please, don't stop on my account.
All right. Your move.
You need to come to terms with my inevitable victory. You'll feel much better.
Really? Because I just won. And I feel fine.
Don't get smug. There will be no living with you.
I should return to my duties as well. Unless you would care for a game.
Prepare the board, Commander.
As a child, I played this with my sister. She would get this stuck-up grin whenever she won, which was all the time. My brother and I practiced together for weeks. Oh, the look on her face the day I finally won. Between serving the Templars and the Inquisition, I haven't seen them in years. I wonder if she still plays.
You have siblings.
2 sisters and a brother.
Where are they now?
They moved to South Reach after the Blight. I do not write to them as often as I should. Oh, it's my turn.
All right, let's see what you've got.
This may be the longest we've gone without discussing the Inquisition, or related matters. To be honest, I appreciate the distraction.
We've been through enough to drop the formalities and simply talk.
I suppose we have. I believe this one is yours. Well played. We shall have to try again sometime.
If you're romancing Cullen, this is quite a lovely little scene. I always have a hard time not romancing Cullen, but we're going to try for Iron Bill this time. A letter. Dear Mia, I'm still alive. Your loving brother Cullen. Honestly, is it so difficult? We thought you were dead. Again! If the Inquisition was not on everyone's lips, we would never have heard that their fine commander survived Haven. We've been hearing strange things about the Templars lately. I'm not sorry you left them. I thought your resignation was implied when you joined the Inquisition, but you meant something more, didn't you? It's a fool's errand asking you to stay safe, but please try. Your loving sister. See how easy this is? Mia.
Yes?
No, I don't want to start a romance. Well, I do, but we're not going to.
You and the Red Templars leader seem to have personal history.
When I arrived in Kirkwall, Samson and I shared quarters. He seemed a decent man at first. Knight Commander Meredith later expelled Samson for erratic behavior. He ended up begging on Kirkwall streets.
I remember that.
He committed further crimes, but managed to evade the Order's justice. Now Samson serves Corypheus as his loyal general.
Why do you think Samson joined Corypheus?
He had a chronic lyrium addiction. He spent every last coin buying it from local smugglers. Perhaps Corypheus flattered his vanity, gave him purpose as well as lyrium. Perhaps that's all it took.
Personal history or no, we can't afford pity.
Have no fear. There'll be none. I don't understand how he became so powerful. Even with red lyrium, Samson's glory days are long behind him.
Command, Colin. Anything else?
At your service.
Is there anything I should know?
I'd gotten used to mages disliking me on principle. Vivienne's views on Templars are surprisingly traditional.
She can afford to be traditional because she doesn't have to be locked away in towers like the others. Hey, I like you. That's all.
That's all for now.
Another time then.
Oh, alright, we'll talk to Solus.
Good afternoon.
Good.
We'll talk later.
We don't need to talk to Solus. Excellent. Let's actually go buy some blank runestones, because I don't have any. Yeah!
Your worship.
Heard you found something that had to do with wardens. Would have liked to have seen it.
Varric's friend Hawk said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption? What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of wardens.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.
Yes, disappeared. Not you, though.
Have I given you any reason to doubt me? I want answer to this, not when it's founded on rumor.
How much do you know about Corypheus?
Not much. I always thought the stories of magisters corrupting the Golden City were just that, stories. I didn't expect them to be true, and I certainly didn't expect to find one of them still alive.
Don't the Grey Wardens know everything about Darkspawn?
You don't have to know how a Darkspawn came to be in order to kill it. We're soldiers, not historians. And the world would be better off if people focused on defeating evil rather than explaining how it came to be.
Good deflection.
Corypheus stopped being human a long time ago. Darkspawn don't have human lifespans, do they?
No, I suppose they don't. They're unnatural and sustained by evil. It's been thousands of years. You'd think the Wardens would have managed to kill the first Darkspawn by now.
Do you know if there are more Darkspawn like Corypheus?
I don't know. I'm not sure any Warden knows.
Let's discuss something else. Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Oh, yes. I'm going to make good on my earlier threat in one of the last episodes.
Finally, a place for the horses.
Yeah, I'm going to change
forgot
this.
about the Ferelden horses.
Okay, no, I don't like the Dracolisks. I've used them before, and they're kind of cool on one level. You know, basically you're I was gonna say you're driving, you're riding something that amounts to like the, you know, Great Dragon's lesser cousin, thrice removed or something, but they're just creepy. Okay, and something just as creepy, the Bog uniform. And the Oathbound Steed, which is just the Bog uniform recolored. Well done. Yeah, we'll go for a painted pony.
That'll do fine.
Yeah, I like it. Yep, we'll go up the back door. Note from Skyhold Kitchens, again. If I ever find out who put the turnips into the fireplace, I will personally feed them into the meat grinder. Head cook, Donatien. Well, that would be Cole. Note from the Skyhold Kitchens, request for supplies. Potatoes, 500. Flour, 50 sacks. Dried peas, 100 sacks. Salted meat, as much as possible. Willow switches, 4, to break in the new kitchen hands. Oh, meat pie. Yummy. Yet another note from the kitchens. How many times do I have to say this? If it falls on the floor, it's still good to eat. Head cook, Donatien. Yeah, maybe it's time to get rid of... Wow, that is... Is that a coelacanth? I mean, that is the creepiest fish. I don't think I'd ever eat fish at Skyhold. That is a horrifying looking fish. I don't often come this way.
There's no end of it. I can store an army.
Well, maybe a small company. Here's my booze! Dragon piss. It's too bad you can't read the descriptions of them, because I like to relive them. Alright, let's back out of here. I always feel like there was so much potential for Skyhold, and you build it up to a certain point, but there's so much left undone. So I don't know if that was something that was rushed, or if they kind of planned to build on this. That the intention was always to build on this in Dragon Age 4, the next one that's being developed, or if it was something that just ended up on the chop. They didn't have time to really develop it as far as they had intended. So, where there's further cleanup, because there's towers that are left undone. Even the Inquisitor's bedchamber tower, you walk through that area that's completely still under construction. And so I always felt like just a little sadness, a little disappointment that whatever was intended just never quite got there. That's how it feels to me. It just never quite got there. The First Blight, Chapter 2. People today have little concept of the consequences of the second sin. Oh, believe me when I say that, when asked, pious, chantry-going folk will curse the use of foul magic, spitting and snapping their fingers, but none live today who actually remember the horror that was unleashed so very long ago. Whatever records might have existed, regrettably, did not survive the chaos and ignorance that was to follow. We have only the tales of survivors handed down through the murky ages and the dogma of the chantry to instruct us, and that is precious little indeed. I believe I am not understating when I say that the second sin unleashed the bane of all life upon Thedas. The Darkspawn are more virulent than the worst plague, a heartless force of nature that came into our world like an ill wind. We know from accounts of later blights, as these Darkspawn invasions came to be called, never has a more appropriate name existed. That the Darkspawn spread disease and famine wherever they tread. The earth itself is corrupted by their presence, the sky roiling with angry black clouds. I do not exaggerate, my friends, when I say that a mass gathering of Darkspawn is an omen of dread cataclysm. It is said that those cursed magisters who became the first Darkspawn scratched at the very earth to find solace in the darkness of the Darkspawn deep roads, and there in the shadows they multiplied. Whether by intelligent design or by some last vestige of worship in their minds, they attempted to locate the old gods they had once served. They found what they sought, Dumat. First among the old gods, once known as the Dragon of Silence before the Maker imprisoned him and all his brethren beneath the earth for the first sin, usurping the Maker's place in mankind's heart. The slumbering dragon awoke, freed from the Maker's prison by his twisted followers, and became corrupted himself. Dumat was transformed into the first archdemon, his great and terrible power given will by a rotting, unholy mind. With the Darkspawn horde following, Dumat rose and took wing in the skies once again, bringing ruin to the world the Maker had created. The old god had become the eye of a dark storm that would ravage the entire world. From Tales of the Destruction of Thedas by Brother Genitivi, Chantry Scholar. Yeah, see, we need to clean up the library a little bit. The Folly of General Not Sheraton, 5. In the days that followed, to avoid scandal, the appointing of Not Sheraton was claimed a grand tactic of the true general, who must have orchestrated the whole affair from secret. From secret, meaning the cloakroom. For not even his own attendants knew his face, and they would have had the guard whisk him to jail for trespassing. But with his mask restored and wary of the embarrassment, the general was merciful with Not Sheraton, imposing less than half the prescribed lashes and sparing her and her lord the gallows. They were allowed to leave Orlais on the condition that Not Sheraton was henceforth her name. How very confusing. Oh, there it is. What is green? Imagine I should present to you an object which, to my mind, is of indisputable greenness, and ask, does this thing appear to you to be green? Naturally, you might say that it does, for you have come to recognize the appearance of the color of the object to be green, associating the word with what your eyes see. But could it be my understanding of green differs entirely from yours? What if, perchance, you could see into my mind? You might realize that all things that I name green are actually red in your understanding. Without the moorings of objective truth, we are set adrift in oceans of solitary experience. The promising opening to a lecture given by Karsten Groch, philosopher-poet at the University of Orlais. The lecture's quality dropped significantly after this point and ended quickly when Groch subjected audience members to a poorly constructed ode to chartreuse. He fled from the auditorium under fire from students armed with overripe red tomatoes. And that is... oh, there's some more. Oh, the Pyramids of Parvalan. This island called Parvalan was the first land in Thedas to be taken by the Qunari, and has been held by them ever since. But while the Qunari have raised their own marvels on the island, the famed city of Kunandar, comes to mind. Parvalan had a rich history before the Qun ever came to its shores. Tear your eyes from Kunandar's wonders and look instead to the jungle. There you'll see the ruins of vast cities that proclaim in silence, "We were here." Parvalan's distinctive pyramids, looming from the overgrowth, have remained largely intact, even if their intended purpose has been lost. They do not seem to be tombs, though some chambers contain bodies that have been carefully preserved. Amazingly, the pyramids' proportions are mathematically perfect. Since their alignment is so precise, one suspects they serve some scientific purpose. Observatories, perhaps? Anvan Therastes has observed that the shape of the Parvalan pyramid seems perfectly to match the constellation Solium. We know more of the pyramids than we do of the humans who built them. The Qunari came to Parvalan as conquerors, but there is no history and little sign of battles fought on the island shores. A civilization that could build such vast cities would surely have defenses, armies, perhaps weapons alien even to the Qunari. So why is there so little proof of resistance? One answer may lie in what remains of their temples. Beneath the leaves and vines covering the walls, you can still make out the stylized carvings that adorn them. The paint has long since flaked away, but the silhouettes are clear. Intricate sea creatures, shipwrights, musicians, archers, and kings. Here and there, odd figures are depicted, tall, horned, always in a position of authority and respect. What were these horned figures to the ancients of Parvalan? Priests? Ritualistically crowned? Heroes? Gods, perhaps? We may never know the truth. But when the Qunari arrived from the sea, horned, and carrying the word of the Qun, perhaps instead of conquerors, the people of Parvalan saw an old legend returning to them. This is all supposition. The humans of Parvalan are Qunari now, their ancient civilization discarded like a child's toy. Yet the pyramids remain, along with the old cities, the island itself. One day, greater scholars may hear what they have to say. From a compiled history of the occupied North by Renatus of Aisley. Wouldn't it be cool if we got to explore that in Dragon Age 4? Or maybe that's something for Dragon Age 5. If there is one. Alright. I want to see about crafting some runes.
So I'm thinking Inquisition? Almost gotcha.
Aha. Alright, I think it's time to be getting back to Emprise du Lion. Let's do that. And we're back at Emprise du Lion. Alright, let's go cross that bridge behind us. Hello? Yeah, them dragons. It was dragons. That's probably not good. I love that they cast a shadow on the ground.
We should look around.
We should look up. I knew that was gonna hurt. Wow. Every time an enemy dies nearby, the wearer of this amulet gains health and stamina. Ooh. Oh, warrior or rogue only. Really? Does not help. Oh, Dorian leveled up. Pools of the Sun. Well, that's quite the casual looking statue. Hector in his time of dying. Hector is one of the Chantries anointed. In Andraste's time, he was Lord of Navarra and one of the Prophet's most loyal followers. According to some Orlesian legends, when Meferath betrayed Andraste and Tevinter captured her at Hector's stronghold in Navarra, Hector leapt to her defense and was shot full of arrows. He survived long enough to see Tevinter soldiers drag Andraste away. In this particular depiction, Hector appears as a young and handsome man, lounging in a position many consider inappropriate to the depicted subject. Some have decried the statue, arguing that Hector seems to be greeting a lover rather than grieving the betrayal of his prophet. From The Highlands of Orlais by Lord Adamar Gordhout, Royal Historian. He's kind of got a fearsome aspect, though, so... His body language and his face seem to be saying two different things to me. What is lighten up? Oh. Arbor's Blessing, which is everywhere! Oh, look! Yay! Oh, I'm being shot. I'm being shot a lot. I am being shot a lot. Maybe I should put on the dodge amulet. Is he immune to? Oh, electricity, of course. Woo, I'm gonna die. Yeah, so I don't think I'm ready to actually fight a dragon, and I think there's a dragon up here. Yeah, there's totally a dragon up there. I am in the... What are you wearing? Oh, you're kind of pink and purple. Awesome. Yeah, he's just up there stamping his feet, or stamping her feet. There's dead things in the water. It's a little disconcerting to be walking along and see a shadow of a dragon pass before you. Alright, so here's a vignette with a little cheese. So were these two taking the waters, sharing some wine and cheese and a ham, and then suddenly got boiled alive as the thermal temperature changed? Or did they come here for a last hurrah, and like the wine is poisoned or something? I don't see any signs of foul play, just a beautiful death, I guess. What is... There are a lot of dead Brontos in the water. Eesh. I think those are Brontos. Yeah. Oh, there's a rift. I'm stuck on rocks. Lots and lots of rocks. Ah, I only captured one. Yeah, that sucked. Ah! Ooh, I am almost dead again. Dorian kills me. Do it before I get hit. Yes. Oh, man, Dorian. You're going worse than me. Oh, Dorian's down. Wait, he's got a power that's supposed to... There he goes. He's up. Oh, man, I'm almost down. Oh, that's why. This guy got me at the... Oh! Poor Dorian. Wow, that was, I almost didn't make it. But, so, Dorian's new power, if he goes down, a spirit, I think it said, a spirit from the Fade will pop up and fight in his place for a while. So, it died. I think someone revived him, and then he died. Or that's what it looked like. And that gave me 2 Fade pajamas. That was a little, that kind of depleted our stores. More dead Brontos. Love being in the water with dead things, yay. Ah, look. Baguettes. And what are those? Eels? They look like eels and wine. Oh, and a dead lady. I don't know why I noticed her last. Love Beyond the Walls. The book is soaked. Most of its pages are falling out. Sabina struggled in Dorn's grip, but he held her tight. Unhand me, you brute! She gasped, trying to twist her arm free. I am Sabina Voile, Princess of Starkhaven. I will not be mishandled by a lowly Ferelden barbarian. Dorn pressed a finger to Sabina's lips. Stop squealing, he hissed. They'll hear you. Sabina followed his gaze and espied, hidden in the rafters of the Grand Cathedral, the cloaked assassins of the Oblivion Hand. Sabina's knees buckled. She collapsed against Dorn's strong chest. They're going to kill me, she wept. Dorn looked deep into Sabina's eyes, now filled with tears. Not if I can help it. An excerpt from Love Beyond the Walls. A suitably trashy novel. So she came out here to read a trashy novel, eat eels, bread, and have some wine, and died here somehow. Maybe from the terrible book. It killed her. Probably picked like the worst way to go. Oh dear. There's more of them Templars, red Templars. Okay, let's go. Murder them. I think that's a good idea. Surprise! That's the only problem. Well, not the only problem. But they can shoot me. Oh. Oh, they're healing each other. Darn it. Oh my gosh, he's just beating the heck out of me. There. No more healing for you. How are we doing on potion? Not very well. Alright, let's upgrade people a little. Level up, rather. Well, they weren't protecting anything in the tower, since you can't go in there. And I don't remember, was there a dragon up here too, or? Leontine's Steward. The statues decorating the pools of the sun depict Havard, Aegis of the Faith and disciple of Andraste, bearing the prophet's ashes to safety. However, when Grand Duchess Leontine commissioned the statues for placement around the hot springs, she recommended her steward, Bellamy, to the sculptor for use as a model. Rumor has it that Steward Bellamy was Leontine's lover, and she wished to see his heroic form wherever she turned. Leontine commissioned at least 100 of the statues from the Highlands of Orlais by Lord Adamar Gardhot, royal historian.
There's an elven artifact nearby.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that sounds like a dragon stamping, so I couldn't quite remember. I knew that one dragon at least was at the top of one of these, whatever these are, Colosseums, Pavilions, whatever. But I didn't remember them being both. Alright, and we are not fighting a dragon right now, people. That will be a later episode. Sorry to disappoint. And we'll get that artifact later, Solus. Or you could go up there and get it. That'd be fine. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is he immune to? Oh, good. Electricity vulnerability. That's perfect. Perfect. Because I have a feeling we're going to need a little help here. Oh, I'm being Something's happening. Something is happening. Oh, nothing's happening. Okay. That's alright. Oops. Where'd he go? Oh, I guess he died. Oh, crap. No, no. We're gonna die. Oh, I'm really gonna die. I'm dying. I think I'm dying. Shoot. That's no good. Where is... Let's... Oh. Oh, did I just... What? What? He is just hammering away at me. Let's see. No, that won't work. I really needed my new power, and I didn't put that in the lineup. Shoot, because that would have revived everybody. Wow, that wasn't well done, was it? Okay, who can I revive? Where? There's Solus. Where is the Inquisitor? Nope. Almost made it. Actually, oh, we're all the way back at Judicale's Ring. Well, that's actually, I think, a good place to stop. We made a very decent effort across Judicale's Bridge, so I will go ahead and close out this episode for now. So that's me saying Auf Wiedersehen. Thanks for joining me thus far. Don't forget to like and subscribe below and hit that notification bell if you want to know the next time I upload a video, and I will see you in the next episode.